The summer sun was setting, painting the tennis courts in warm golden colors. Everything looked brighter and more beautiful than usual. A large crowd had gathered at the fancy country club. Men wore expensive suits and women wore sparkling dresses. Their happy voices and laughter filled the air across the perfectly cut grass. In the middle of everyone stood a tall woman. She wore a pure white dress without a single spot on it. In her hand, she held a tennis racket like it was the easiest thing in the world. Her name was Clarissa Morrow. She was young, powerful, and ran the big company her father had given her. She looked confident, almost like royalty. Standing across from her was a man who looked like he didn't belong there at all. His name was Aaron Holt. He wore an old gray uniform, the kind janitors wear. This was his job, cleaning floors and taking out garbage when nobody paid attention. To all these rich people, Aaron was like a ghost. They never really saw him. But today, something was different. Today, everyone was staring at him. You could feel the tension in the air, thick and heavy. Just minutes ago, Clarissa had been laughing at Aaron. She had made fun of him in front of all these people. Her words had cut through the air like a sharp knife. "If you can beat me at tennis, I will marry you," she had announced loudly, her voice full of disgust and mockery. The crowd had gasped at first. Then they started laughing too. They all thought it was just a mean joke, making fun of the poor janitor. Aaron stood there, not moving. He was holding an old broom. He had been working when someone pulled him into this mess. His face turned red with embarrassment. His heart was beating so fast and so hard. But there was something in his eyes, those tired eyes that had seen so much pain. There was a small fire burning there, something nobody in that fancy courtyard expected to see. Before I tell you what happened next, let me stop for just a moment. If you believe that kindness matters, if you believe people deserve second chances, if you believe that ordinary people can do extraordinary things, please do something for me. Take 1 second to like this video. Share it with someone who needs to feel inspired today. And subscribe to Kindness Corner. When you do this, you help us keep making stories like this one. Stories that remind everyone about hope, respect, and the bravery it takes to stand up when people laugh at you. Now, let me tell you about Aaron's life before this moment. His story was never simple or easy. Many years before this day, Aaron had been someone completely different. He was a college student who played tennis really well. People said he was going to be a star. He had won a scholarship, which meant school was free for him because he was so talented. His whole future looked bright. He was going to play in big tournaments, in sports arenas with thousands of people watching. But life doesn't always go the way we plan. Sometimes, life breaks even the most beautiful dreams into tiny pieces. Aaron's wife, the girl he had loved since he was young, got very sick soon after their baby daughter was born. The hospital bills cost more money than Aaron had ever seen. Every single dollar he had saved disappeared, spent on doctors and medicine. And then his wife died. Aaron's world fell apart. After she was gone, Aaron made a choice. He walked away from everything, the tennis courts, the possibility of being famous, all the chances people had offered him. He gave it all up just to take care of his little daughter. He started doing jobs that other people didn't want to do. He began scrubbing floors at the same country club where he used to practice tennis as a young athlete. He did this so his daughter could have food to eat, go to a good school, and dream the kinds of dreams he had lost forever. Nobody at the country club knew any of this. To every single person there, Aaron was just the janitor, just the cleaning guy. They never saw him sneaking onto the empty tennis courts very early in the morning when everyone else was still sleeping. They didn't know he practiced his tennis swings with an old racket that had more cracks in it than strings. He did this just to remember he was still alive, still the person he used to be. They never saw him sitting next to his daughter's bed every night, reading her stories at bedtime. He always picked stories about heroes who got made fun of, but who stood up and won when it really counted. Aaron had built a life that was quiet but full of dignity. He didn't complain. He just worked hard and loved his daughter. But now, Clarissa's cruel words had dragged him out of the shadows and into the brightest, harshest spotlight imaginable. The crowd kept talking and laughing. Their laughter felt like knives. Aaron could have just walked away. He could have swallowed his hurt feelings and gone back to being invisible. But then he remembered something. He thought about his daughter. She was sitting on the grass at the edge of the tennis court right now, holding her old teddy bear tight, looking at him with big, wide eyes. His daughter had always believed her daddy could do anything. Even when the whole world told him he was nobody, she believed in him. And right in that moment, Aaron knew something with absolute certainty. He could not disappoint her. He would not let her down. Aaron took a step forward. With a voice that was steady and strong, even though it surprised him how calm he sounded, he agreed to play the match. The country club workers rushed around looking for a tennis racket Aaron could use. They found an old one that some guest had left behind and forgotten. The racket was heavier than what Aaron was used to. The handle felt strange in his hand, but he gripped it with quiet strength. Clarissa smiled that mean smile again. She spun her expensive racket around gracefully, showing off. The tennis match started. Clarissa hit the first serve. The ball came flying through the air incredibly fast and sharp, like a bullet. Everyone expected Aaron to miss it completely. But something shocking happened. Aaron's arm moved with perfect timing, like a machine. He hit the ball back with a clean, easy stroke. The ball sailed over the net beautifully. A wave of whispers moved through the crowd. The janitor had actually returned the serve. People couldn't believe it. Clarissa just shrugged her shoulders. She thought it was just luck, nothing more. So she served again, even harder this time, putting all her strength into it. But Aaron, powered by all those years of secret practice and silent suffering, sent the ball back once again. His movements looked calm, exact, and surprisingly skilled. As they kept hitting the ball back and forth, something changed. The crowd's laughter slowly died away. Instead, there was shocked silence. With every swing of Aaron's racket, you could see years and years of hidden work. You could see the pain of losing his wife. You could see the love of a father who had given up everything for his child. Aaron's body remembered things his mind had tried to forget. The rhythm of the game, the power in his arms, the grace of someone who was born to play this sport. Clarissa started getting frustrated. You could see her getting angry. Her calm, confident face began to crack. Sweat appeared on her forehead. Meanwhile, Aaron's face stayed peaceful and focused. Nothing could shake him. Every time Aaron won a point, his daughter clapped her tiny hands from where she sat on the sidelines. Her smile was brighter than the sun in the sky. The final rally was like a storm. Clarissa swung her racket with every bit of strength she had. You could see the desperation in every movement she made. But Aaron, with quiet determination burning inside him, returned the ball one last time. It was a powerful, devastating strike that flew past Clarissa so fast she couldn't even reach it. The game was over. The janitor had beaten the CEO. The crowd froze like statues. Their mouths hung open. Their eyes were huge with disbelief. The silence that followed was so complete, so total you could have heard a pin drop. Then that silence was broken by one sound: Aaron's daughter crying out with joy. She ran onto the tennis court as fast as her little legs could carry her. She threw herself into her father's arms. Aaron lifted her up high into the air. His chest was moving up and down as he tried to catch his breath. His eyes filled with tears he had been holding back for years and years. For once in so long, Aaron was not invisible. For once, the world could see him for who he truly was inside. Not just a janitor who cleaned toilets and mopped floors, but a father who loved his child. A fighter who never gave up. A man full of dignity and incredible talent. Clarissa stood there, frozen in place. All her mockery had turned into humiliation and shame. But deep down inside, even she understood she had just witnessed something truly extraordinary. This was not just some ordinary man. This was someone who had fought battles she could never even imagine. He had gone through pain she would never understand. And he had come out stronger because of it. She lowered her tennis racket slowly. Her pride was completely shattered into pieces. Meanwhile, the crowd that had been laughing and mocking just minutes ago suddenly erupted into thunderous applause. They clapped and cheered so loudly. But here's the thing, Aaron didn't care about Clarissa's promise at all. Her words about marriage meant absolutely nothing to him. What mattered, what really mattered, was the look on his daughter's face right now. The pride shining bright in her eyes. In this single moment, he had given her a memory she would carry for her entire life. He had given her proof that her father was so much more than what the world believed him to be. As the crowd slowly began to leave, walking away in small groups, something else happened. People started approaching Aaron with completely different eyes. Some of them offered apologies, saying they were sorry for how they had treated him. Others simply shook his hand, not saying anything, just showing silent respect. But Aaron wasn't looking for their validation or approval. He didn't need them to tell him he was good enough. The only thing he cared about was that his daughter's faith in him had never been wrong. She had always believed, and he had proven she was right to believe. And that is the real beauty of this story. It reminds all of us that greatness doesn't always appear in the places we expect. Greatness often hides in quiet places. It hides in the sacrifices that single parents make every single day without anyone noticing. It hides in the strength of people society ignores and makes fun of. It lives in the hearts of people who keep fighting and working hard even when nobody is watching them. Before we finish this story, I want to pause one more time. If this story has touched your heart in any way, if it made you feel something, please do me a favor. Like this video so more people can find it. Share it with your friends, your family, anyone who might need to hear this message. And subscribe to Kindness Corner. Every single like, every share, every subscription helps us continue spreading hope, kindness, and the belief that no one is ever truly invisible. Everyone matters, everyone has worth, and everyone deserves to be seen.